Hello, CD Bestie, Aku Murray, Dari, Easy Life. Check out my interview with CreativeDisc.com, the #1 music website in Indonesia.
Hello, CD Bestie. Welcome back to another CreativeDisc exclusive interview with me, Lutfi. And my guest today is a frontman from a group that play a chill mix between alternative, indie pop, and R&B, and sometimes hip hop from Leicester. With their laid back and no-brainer approach, they make their debut album Life's a Beach easily goes into the number 2 on UK albums chart. I found this band from their song called Nice Guys. So let's talk with our nice guys here today. Here it is, Murray from Easy Life.
Look, me that intro was amazing. Wow, thank you
Thank you
so
so
much.
much. Thank you. Me should say thank you to you, not you.
Oh, bro, that was a great intro. You really got me gassed up there.
Oh my
Thank you.
goodness. Thank you. So, how are you, man?
I'm good, bro. I'm good. Yeah, it's cold here in London, but I'm good. I'm nice and cozy. It's gonna be good. Yeah, I'm feeling great, man. How are you? How are you?
I'm feeling sweaty in here, you know. I maybe maybe like open my jacket because it is very sweaty in Jakarta. It's 30 degrees.
Oh man, I wish it was that hot here. I've never been to Indonesia, man. I've always wanted to go. It looks beautiful. It
Oh
looks so
really?
nice. Oh my God. Yeah, it looks so good.
Yeah.
We like I've not really done much of Asia at all, but you got some real nice beaches and stuff, huh?
Indeed, very. You should come to Indonesia because we've got so many beaches.
They look pretty beautiful.
Yeah. So, first thing first, I want to introduce you to our
Mm-hmm.
viewer with question not who is Easy Life, but what is Easy Life?
What is Easy Life? Okay, Easy
Yes.
Life is a collective from the middle of England, a city called Leicester. There's five of us, and we make music and music videos, and we build little worlds for our audience to come and live in with us. And we love it. We love music. We love touring. We're going to come to Indonesia soon and rock out. So please pull up.
So, tell me the first time you met your friends and found Easy Life.
Right. So the bass player Sam, I actually went to school with Sam, and the other guys, they so there's Cass who plays the drums and Lewis who plays the guitar. They were in a band before that, and then Jordan who plays the keyboards. He was in another band, and Cass was the tech, like the audio tech for that band. Basically, I'll explain it this way: because Leicester is such a small city, everyone who does music knows everyone else who does music, and that's basically it. None of us like really knew each other that well, but we all knew of each other because we all made music in the same small city. And so in 2017, we just decided to make a band and get together and make it happen.
But Leicester is not is yeah, Leicester is a small city, but after winning some Premier League, it's
Yeah,
yes, it's a get a bigger city right now.
yeah, yeah, exactly. No one knew where it was, but now since like we've got such a great football team, everyone knows where it is. It's great. It's really put us on the map. I was hoping to put Leicester on the map myself, but the football team beat me to it.
Oh wow.
Only joking, bro.
So, okay, tell me about the detail about your newest album called Maybe in Another Life.
Okay, so maybe in another life, I wrote it over the space of like a year, and it's all about decisions and regrets and consequences, and how had we have done things differently, would we be in a different place? I think that's something that everyone asks themselves throughout their life. It's like, how did I end up here? And I think maybe in another life is me asking myself that question and trying to work it all out. I'm really proud of it. It's a very I didn't really overthink it very much. I think it's easy to get some music and then want to change everything about it until it's like perfect. But with this, I just sort of kept the original recordings, and it feels very close to home, and I'm really proud of it. I love it.
So let's talk about one of the single in maybe in another life that I think when I first heard it, it's very, very different from what you've done before. It's called OTT, your collaboration with Bini. So tell me more
Yeah.
about this track because it's very, very different from what I've heard before from Easy Life.
Yeah. I think, we just enjoy doing things different every time. Like making the same thing over and over is really boring. So with OTT, we wanted to do like a kind of like a Strokes indie song, and we've never really made traditional indie music. It's always been like a little bit alternative or our spin on that genre. But this one we wanted to do like a proper indie song. So we had like live drums, bass, two guitars, like really simple indie setup. And it was kind of us taking the piss out of that genre a little bit. And then we made like a really indie video as well. But we loved it. We loved it. And then I know Benny through I just know Benny's music, so I reached out to her, and we got chatting, and yeah, she put a verse on there, and she's just the best person. I don't know if you've like interviewed her, but she's like hilarious. She's an absolute legend, man. I love Benny so much.
And I think OTT is very, very deep song in the easy life term, I think, because
Yeah,
it talks so much about a friend who's like maybe like in dying mode and we have to look each other. It's very, very different from previous easy life records. Like how's the biggest decision that turn you into like, oh, we've gonna make a serious records about serious thing, because easy life records previously is kind of like laid back, it's like sunny approach, and then OTT came. When I first heard it, I've like gasped, like, is it easy life?
I'm glad you feel like that. It's important for us to sort of keep our fans on their toes, and the next album that I make after this one's going to be completely different again, and we'll change again, and like that's what keeps it exciting and fresh. We've never been like a traditional band that just has a sound and sticks to it. We've always experimented. So I'm glad that you gasped and you were shocked. Like that's our intention. The next album, like I said, is going to sound completely different,
but when I heard the three track on your newest album, I think it's very, very different, because in past you sing about the lyric no bullshit, it's like straight to the point, and right now you kind
Yeah,
of like them do some poetry, like you like you
sure.
didn't say it to the point, like it's like a very, very
Yeah,
layer. What's the biggest
yeah,
decision you you
yeah. I
take
don't
about
know.
it?
I guess yeah, that's a good point. I hadn't really thought about it. I guess um I still feel like I'm being direct throughout the record, but it's definitely a lot more metaphorical and a lot more sort of yeah, I guess it is more poetry based. Maybe I just maybe I went through a poetry phase. I don't know. I didn't do it intentionally. Uh, I guess I don't really know. I think when you're like dealing with like existential things like uh how did I end up here and have I made any wrong decisions and talking about regret, it's actually quite hard to be to the point with those subjects because they're so subjective anyway. It's like, well, if I did this, would this have happened? And those sort of what ifs are quite hard to just pinpoint straight away. So maybe that's why I just ramble on about all sorts of things on the album. I don't know. That's a good point though. I hadn't even realized that. I just
Oh,
thought we'd switched it like sonically, but you're saying we switched it thematically, and you're probably right. I think we did.
oh, really? Because when I heard this track, I've like on a regret point, one of the maybe like a regret point of my life. I think it's like OTT is like kind of close home to me. I think because you
Yeah,
can't. Yes, you can't hang over too long because it's will be not nice. When the alcohol and maybe some drugs really sucks. It sucks. I think, and it really
yeah,
hit home, I think.
yeah. I mean, addiction is a terrible thing. I've seen some of the saddest things that I've ever witnessed have been based around that illness. So yeah, it's a serious topic. I think OTT like deals with it in quite a blasé kind of throwaway way. But that's just my way of dealing with things. Actually, like the emotion underneath that tracks Sorry, I'm back.
Okay,
I'm
it's
back.
alright,
I'm
it's alright.
back. I'm back. I'm
It's alright,
back.
it's alright, it's alright, it's alright, it's
I'm
alright.
holding my phone in my hand,
Oh my
like with two hands
goodness.
like this, and I'm like, whoa, I'd sort
Whoa,
of
whoa,
dropped it,
whoa,
but
whoa,
I'm here. I'm
whoa,
here.
whoa.
Don't worry, I've got you. I've got you. I'm holding tight. I'm holding
Okay,
tight.
okay, 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 okay. Okay, so maybe I want to ask some, maybe it's like hard question. I think like in maybe in another
Mm.
life you've talked about dealing with so many subjects, not a good subject, not an easy breezy subject as your previous album or your previous works. How can you convey it into the song? Because the previous one you said about life's a beach, life is like life must goes on, but right now you talk about regret. How came you brave
Yeah,
to sing it? Because I think it's very
yeah.
hard to convey it.
Bless you. I think, to be honest, like, the older you get, the more cynical you get. I always thought, like, as I traveled through this life, things would get easier, and you'd start to care less. And I think you do care less, but I think things hurt a lot more. You understand the pain of the world, and in a lot more sort of deep way. I see so much suffering and stuff, like, especially when we travel. We do a lot of touring, and
Mm.
we did a lot of touring recently, and sure, we have an amazing time, but if anything, it just reaffirms like how lucky we are to be able to do what we love for a living, but to be like wealthy and healthy, and like, we're so privileged. And I think to be aware of that, I've also become so aware of all of the suffering, and my own personal suffering as well. So in I think, just to be honest, that's why I started writing about those sorts of things, because you can only write how you feel.
Mm.
You got to be real with yourself. Sometimes I feel like, yeah, everything's great. Today's a beautiful day, the sun's shining. Let's write a song about that. And I do that a lot. Other times I think, actually, you know what? Life sucks, and I'm gonna write a song about that. So I think on this album, in general, for sort of 6 months, I was waking up feeling slightly less uh, peaceful or at one with the world, and wanted to sort of talk about it.
Oh wow, wow,
But
wow.
it's hard to talk about it. But I think being vulnerable and finding like power in that vulnerability is like, it's really, really special. And there's a lot to be said for allowing yourself to be vulnerable in those situations. So I don't know, I feel good about it.
Because I think I found some maturity on this album. I think there's many
Thank you.
collaboration who help you into the song to make it not just one dimensional song, but sing it from the another perspective. I think.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I think that, like, shout out to all the collaborators. It was something I wanted to do on this record, was get other people's views on the subjects that we were talking about. And like you said, it does help it have a lot more rounded view. Also, if you listen to the album from start to finish, I think you can get very bored of my monotone voice just talking the whole time. So it's nice to have some fresh vocals on there.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
But yeah, thank you, man. I'm glad you're saying it's matured. I think in general I have matured. I'm getting older and wiser, and I'm working on my craft and shit. And like, one day the next album I hope's even better. Who knows?
Amen, amen, amen. But what's the difference about Easy Life when you first grouping when you first met with your friend, and right now in maybe in another life phase?
Yeah, you know what? The funny thing is maybe in another life is like the most easy life thing we've done since we started. We've all said in the band, like, this release feels like the first release we ever did,
Oh.
just because like it's brave, and like we've just been really self-indulgent. We just did whatever we wanted on this one. I think in the in-between records, we at times pandered to like the industry, and like, we wrote those sort of pop songs and shit, whereas this one just feels like we just wrote the music we wanted to. So actually, despite the fact that we formed 5 years ago, it feels just like the start right now.
Oh, really, really, really? I didn't expect that
Yeah.
you did answer.
No, honestly, we were talking about this the other day at the pub. We were like, this feels like literally like we've just started again, which is really nice, because we've been doing this a long time, and like, feels nice to be like, feel young and excited about the project again.
Mm. So, okay, Murray, this is one of the toughest question in many in interview. So,
Okay, I'm
men,
ready. I'm
yeah,
ready.
okay, okay. Mention 5 things we didn't know about Easy Life and yourself.
5 things we don't know about Easy Life.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to tell you all of our previous jobs because that's going to make 5. Cass was an electrician. He's really good. He's an electrician, so he like does all the electrical work in like houses and shit.
Okay.
He's a legend. Jordan was a teacher. Sam worked for his dad's like he like distilled like mercury, so he was like a scientist. Sam's like a scientist. Lewis worked in TK Maxx, which is like, do you have TK Maxx in Indonesia?
TK Maxx is like
a clothes store, like a
retail store.
He was like a retail store, and I sold jacket potatoes on the market. And that's 5 things you didn't know about Easy Life. We all had like these weird little jobs, and none of us thought we'd ever work in music, and then here we are.
But this is very, very interesting question, and maybe like last question. When you do the job, your ordinary job, your day-to-day job, did you expect you came as a group touring to maybe around the world as a band?
Of course not. No, we only got together because we were so bored of our actual day jobs, and we used to get together at night and like hang out. That was like, it was just a antidote for like the boredom of our shitty little jobs. So no, of course not. We have the best fucking job in the world now. I'm so gassed, and hopefully, man, we can come to Indonesia. I mean, I really hope that happens.
Amen. I want when you came to Indonesia, especially Jakarta, to play in here, we must met in person.
Yeah, come to the show, come say hello, let's get some beers or whatever it is that you guys drink out there. Let's have a few drinks and hang out. Please come say hello, come find us. Reach out.
Yes. I hope the promoter will hurt and bring Easy Life to Indonesia.
Oh man, I hope so too. You got to help me, man. I don't know anyone out there. You got to find us a promoter. Come on.
Yeah. It won't easy, but we'll try.
Maybe you can be like our Indonesian like agent or something. We'll talk after this interview. We'll make it happen.
Amen. You can talk to Angie, you know. Okay, so Murray, this is I didn't expect this becoming a deep talk about Easy Life and yourself itself. I didn't expect, because you know, when I heard Nice Guys, I think like, oh, this band is so laid back. I think like they don't give a shit about life, and right now you give a shit about life. I didn't expect
man,
that.
I'm not half as laid back as I sound. I'm very uptight.
Okay, so this is wrap up this interview. Once again, thank you very much for anybody who's watching in there.
Thank you, Luffy.
Thank you so much, Murray, for this interview. Once again, this is Murray from Easy Life.
Luffy, legend. Peace out. Thank you so much, bro.